So I've arrived at Din Tai Fung, New York. They're located near Times Square. Got a little lost, so that's not the actual entrance. There's your Xiaolongbao character. I could see this is a big investment for them. Inside looked like an actual New York restaurant. Kind of reminded me of Rush Hour, the movie. Making fresh dumplings, a signature of Din Tai Fung. First we got the hot and sour soup. We got the bowl, which was a huge portion. It looked super appetizing. Lots of chili oil, lots of scallion, egg, bamboo shoots, coarse pepper, thin tofu noodles. This was a really good dish, good soup texture. They used a lot of good chili oil. It was definitely a little spicy, but definitely bearable. A nice vinegary kick to it. I absolutely recommend. Next is your sauteed spinach, one of my favorite veggie dish, also generously portioned. There's a lot of garlic in there, which makes it even more flavorful, but just be aware. Finally, the xiaolongbao. This is why Din Tai Fung exists. They're really delicately made, and I love how the skin is so thin, yet it's durable enough to keep all the juice and not break. I think that's really an art. Next, we tried the kurobuta pork belly sticky rice. It is very sticky. Just think of it like eating mochi. But then there's this slow braised, really rich pork belly inside, really soft. I don't know if it's from the pork or they cook the rice in some sort of a soup stock. But the rice also has a very rich flavor. Lastly, we got the steamed pork and shrimp dumplings. Was obviously really good, just without the soup. But if you had to choose one, I'd definitely go with the xiaolongbao. I'm really glad we have Din Tai Fung finally on the East Coast. One thing that I didn't really like was it was too packed. Thought the food took too long to come. Each dish came sporadically. It was also very hard to find the server when we needed something. Maybe think about going there on the weekday. Still really lucky to have Din Tai Fung here. Next, we came to Fish Cheeks, a modern Thai restaurant in NoHo. They looked really popular and was apparently featured in several New York magazines. First got the Zab wings. This seemed to be one of their signature appetizers. The chicken was straight out of the fryer and really crispy. The real kicker was the lime. I think they used some kind of lime juice or lime salt and made this far more interesting than your regular fried chicken. Next, we got the crab fried rice, very generously portioned with some cilantro on top, great jasmine rice, although it wasn't like a super unique fried rice. This was definitely the highlight of our meal, and I'd say probably the whole restaurant. This is the steamed whole fish with Thai herbs. So they steam a whole branzino, and the sauce is amazing. There's cilantro, lime, chili, a lot of fish broth, some garlic. So, I mean, the sauce is like something I've never tasted. It's also a whole fish, so it can be easily shared by 3, even 4 people. This is the coconut crab curry. It's actually quite spicy and also very sweet. Yeah, I thought it was a little too sweet. Great to eat with, rice or fried rice. So in summary, I really like this place. The place looks a little showy, and I thought it was just another like Instagram worthy restaurant. But the food was actually good. I really liked the chicken. The fish was also very new to me. Really liked all the spices, the fish broth, and to steam a whole fish like that requires some skill. Although the fried rice was okay, and so was the curry, which I thought was very spice heavy with lots of sugar and chili. I think it's definitely worth trying here, and I'll definitely come back to try some of their other dish. My next stop is Ichiran Ramen in Midtown. I was first blown away when I first had this in Fukuoka. I came to this spot in Manhattan maybe about 7, 8 years ago, and I forget how it tasted, so I wanted to give it another shot.
I guess so, yeah.
Everything is kiosk these days. Obviously, I went with the classic Tonkotsu ramen, regular size. You can choose the dashi strength and the noodle thick chewiness. You definitely want to include minced garlic, definitely chashu. You can even select the spicy level of the sauce. So this is what it comes out to for your classic ramen plus a beer. They really try to keep the original Japanese vibe, and
Yes.
Both.
Both?
Is it your first time here?
No.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
that's about as much as you're going to interact with the servers here. And I kind of like that. Also, you have your own cubicle to yourself. I saw they have a bunch of sides and toppings that you can add on, and you'll see how this becomes useful later. And that's how you make an additional order. It's almost as if the whole system is programmed to make you place additional orders.
I think the only problem I have with it though is like because it's so nice, like everyone like eats spots and there's not many like fast food places that pick up like a burrito bowl. Everything here is like show my second I can do pizza? Enjoy your meal. Thank you.
Okay, so finally the ramen. You can already see this really thick tonkotsu soup. The noodle is like medium thickness to me. You see the spicy flakes, spicy sauce on top, and lots of scallion. I think there's a bunch of garlic dissolved in there. I don't know if this is the case even in Japan, but I was a little disappointed by how small this chashu piece was. Although the soup looks amazing. So I might have forgotten how Ichiran worked, but with that amount of chashu, I realized these guys want me to make additional orders.
One recommended topping set, please.
Okay. Do you want the dry seaweed?
No.
No.
Yeah.
And not the extra
Yeah,
sauce,
I erased.
so just,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No
Thank,
worries.
thank you.
You good there?
So this is their side set, as I mentioned earlier, which came with more chashu, soft-boiled egg, and some nori. My second point of confusion was that this egg was boiled, but the shells weren't deshelled. So I had to open this and it just started getting messy because it wouldn't come off from the shell. Anyway, I started digging in. Everything was very classic. The noodle was like medium chewiness. The chashu is very thin, very fatty style. It's not that meaty style you see from very rustic ramen places. I think what makes them unique is their tonkotsu soup. It's very thick but not too smelly. In terms of the pork scent, it's pretty mild. It goes really well with all the minced garlic, and even better with that small portion of spicy sauce. My only complaint would be the price, where I paid about more than 30 bucks for the ramen itself, and I saw there's only like one piece of chashu. So for someone who wants like a really full ramen, you'll probably need to go for that additional side. So the whole thing's gonna come out to 40 plus tax, which I don't know if it's really worth paying for a bowl of ramen. I mean, you would never pay that much in Japan. Nevertheless, the most authentic ramen in New York. My last stop is a modern Korean restaurant in Midtown called Hojokban. This is a restaurant from Korea, actually, had amazing success and opened up a location here in Manhattan.
Hi. For two?
We first got the sundubu or soft tofu gukbap. I was expecting closer to like the classic soft tofu, but the soup was very thick and it was like between a soup and like a curry kind of texture. I did like the taste of it. There's some good chili oil, sesame oil, lots of soft tofu and ground pork, I think. Actually reminded me a lot of mapo tofu. Next, I got the Shin Ramen fried rice. I think they boil the actual ramen with the sauce and mix it in this bacon fried rice. So the flavors are amazing with the Korean ramen flakes and bacon and chili oil. Every side dish also was very meticulously made. They had a really good job making all the sauces for everything: side dish, kimchi, all the soup. This is their signature dish, the Hojok Kalbi, or short ribs. Very photogenic. It was definitely good quality short ribs. Very easy to eat. You don't have to pull it off of the bone. The sauce was very attractive, also very strong. It's quite salty. But I think it was a mix of the Korean style sweet barbecue sauce and a touch of, I think, hoisin or some kind of a Chinese sauce. The place looks a bit too modern for me. Definitely, worth posting on Instagram. The food was actually good. I thought they know how to make their sauce, the paste for the soup and the short ribs and the fried rice. Is it authentic Korean food? Definitely not, but I think it's definitely worth coming out. And still good to see a lot of these Asian restaurants evolving, trying to be modern to stay strong in this really competitive market in Manhattan. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and please come back for my other episodes on New York restaurants.